weird happenings in Washington right now that lead me to believe that Donald Trump is in way bigger trouble than even the press understand. So obviously, there's the James Comey firing, which is a firestorm on top of all the general incompetence and controversies that he's caused. And now we find out that he accidentally gave classified information to the Russians in the Oval Office. And now we find out on top of that today that he asked James Comey to stop investigating Mike Flynn, which is arguably obstruction of justice. And the reason he wants him to stop investigating is Mike Flynn knows the deal that happened with the Russians. That is a fair assumption. Okay, so then Marco Rubio randomly starts tweeting out Bible verses. That's strange. He tweets out, "Peace I leave with you, peace I give you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid." John 14:27. Apparently this is a Bible verse that people turn to in very, very troubling times. Okay, then he quotes another Bible verse. He says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do and your plans will succeed. The Lord works out everything for his own ends." What's going on here? Is Jesus coming back? What? So now a lot of people saw this on social media, including conservatives, and they're like, that's not normal. What the hell is next? Now, of course, other conservatives jump in and go, what? He say, hey, you liberals, you don't understand the Bible. The guy loves the Bible, he's quoting the Bible. How come he never quotes the Bible on other days? Why today, of all days, all of a sudden these things about like, don't worry, as things come to a horrible end, God works in mysterious ways and you will be comforted. Like, as I see those quotes, I think either Marco Rubio has a sex scandal that he's about to tell us, or he knows something about the Trump situation and how bad it is more than we do, okay? Now, but even so, by itself, I wouldn't have done that story if that was the only clue that we had. But let's look at the other context. Then we turn to Roger Stone, who goes on Alex Jones' show and says something incredibly strange. He tells you about how they're going to attack Donald Trump. But mind you, no one has actually said this yet other than Roger Stone. Let's watch, then I'll explain.
It's a disclaimer right up front. They're going to say that this is a conspiracy theory, but it's the stone cold truth. They are going to claim that Donald Trump has Alzheimer's, and that it is progressive, and that is progressing, and that is the source of his insanity. I've talked to the president fairly recently. He is sharp as a tack. There is no evidence of any deterioration in his thought process. This is completely bogus. But under the 25th Amendment, if a majority of the cabinet plus the vice president agree that the president is incapacitated, well, then he is removed. And if he seeks to fight the charges, it goes to the US House of Representatives, where erosion among Republicans could destroy the Trump presidency. This is bogus. They could not beat him at the ballot box. So now they seek to remove him by claiming that he's insane. Look at his record on the economy. Look at his appointment to the Supreme Court. Look at the way he has the Chinese doing our dirty work in North Korea, and you will see he's not crazy. He's a genius.
I was about to say, if that's insane, we need more of it.
But this is the game plan. Watch carefully. You're going to see the word Alzheimer's more and more in the next several days.
Well, I'm paying attention very, very carefully, and I had not seen Alzheimer's until Roger Stone said it. So either he knows what the Republicans are going to claim about Donald Trump, certainly doesn't have any worthy context in the Democratic camp, or he just planted the story. And I think that is far more likely. It's a classic Roger Stone move to say, now what they're saying about how Donald Trump is insane is not true. Who said he was insane? Nobody said it. Now the thing about Alzheimer's, let me tell you something. Did I say Alzheimer's? I think people might be saying Alzheimer's soon. Remember everybody, Alzheimer's, but he doesn't have it. Now that's not just a pull to shoot. That's a legal defense. If you're worried that they've got good evidence on you colluding with the Russians, that's why you say, oh, they're saying he's insane. So you could later say, oh, no, poor Donald Trump was losing his mind. He had already gone insane, insanity defense. So of course, you can't hold him responsible for the deal that he made with the Russians. He had Alzheimer's. No, look at all his erratic behavior. They have begun to set up his legal defense. Tick tock, tick tock. Nobody said Alzheimer's but Roger Stone. And Roger Stone is very connected to Donald Trump. He bragged to the Young Turks that he was the guy who convinced Donald Trump to run in the first place. He just said he's been talking to him all the time. By the way, Donald Trump recently said he hadn't talked to Roger Stone in a long, long time. As usual, one or probably both of them are lying. Now, final part of this is, I told you that if he was gonna go, it's the Republicans who, of course, have to push him out. They're in the majority, right? So the first thing is you see Republicans start to backpedal away from him. Today, Ben Sasse, so many others, Jeff Flake in the past, et cetera. Chaffetz is leaving Congress so he doesn't have to investigate Donald Trump. And then I said step two would be all the people that he wronged on the Republican side who would then look for revenge. John McCain out today going, God, I can't believe what he did with the Russians. And John Kasich saying it's outrageous what he did with James Comey. So all the guys he'd wronged in the past. And I said the final step would be Paul Ryan. Because Paul Ryan is, of course, the Speaker of the House, and he's the one that's gonna have to make the decision on, are we gonna move forward on impeachment? So if you have the threat of impeachment, then he resigns and claims Alzheimer's, right? So when you go to Ryan's spokesperson, he says that Congressman Ryan, quote, hopes for a full explanation of the facts from the administration. And it has begun. This could happen much quicker than you anticipate. I think all of these are very telling. Tick tock, tick tock. Young Turks.
Young Turks now has over 6 billion lifetime views. You know who did that? You did that. We're now larger than CNN, ABC, you name a news network online, we're larger than them. And you built all that as everyone scoffed and didn't believe. And here we are, guys, thanks to you. Build independent media together with us at tytnetwork.com/join.